Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. Yes, we've had a lot of MOEs dropping all over the vehicles that we own just recently, and it's all down to 1.13 and the changes to Arty. You're looking at the S-51, which is the Tier 7 Soviet SPG, and it's on the south spawn or west spawn of El Halluf under the command of Bigger Stickers. Yes, that's one of my accounts. Couple of replays where I've been getting MOEs. Game on. Well, this is the S-51 based on the KV-1S. It's got a 152mm BR2 howitzer, and this vehicle never actually went into production because they couldn't make it work without wrecking the vehicle. But it would have been an interesting concept, you know, putting a massive gun on a very big heavy tank. As you can see, straight away I've got into the aim and I'm looking for an enemy target. Now, normally somebody appears in this area as they make a dash to try and get up the other side. And yes, we found a Cromwell. And unfortunately, from the position I'm in, I can't get a shot on him. No shot at all. So I'm going to have to change position. And so even while I'm in aim view, I'm moving. I'm going to move further down this way because I know that if you go down into this little dip here, you can lob a shell down into that area. So I just need to move far enough over and then I should be able to get a shot at him. He has been hit. He is damaged. In fact, he's still losing hit points right now. Okay, go to aim view. There we go. Right, I think he's going to go through that pass. You want to go through the pass. You want to go through the pass. Oh, Jedi mind trick. You want to go through the pass. Yes, he does. Yep, he went through the pass and he got blown to smithereens. So that's my first kill. Okay, I'm now going to fire towards the north, because we've got a number of enemy tanks trying to break through the northwest corner. In fact, one tank has already gone through and... oh, look at this, an M445. Can't avoid that one because there's two tanks there together. An ARL and an M445. So I thought, well, I'll fire one in there and I might get both of them at the same time. And they're still doing it. They're still moving as one. Which makes them a very easy target. Rounds out. Yup. Double bubble again. And we can see an FV304 of Bert going through the frame of the picture. Now I'm going to hit this 45 TP I think next. I can't hit the 122 TM, but I can certainly hit this guy. Rounds out. Yup, 285. The alpha on this gun, in fact that was a special round, not the standard round. The alpha on this shell, the special shell, is 800 if you get a direct hit or penetrate the armor 48mm. Wizzy 120 takes the hit and he dies. I'm still loading the special ammo, I just never switched it back. So the next round is also going to be one of those. The ARL and the M445 are seeking the protection of that wall. Unfortunately, the ARL doesn't survive it. Okay, well, we've got that 45 TP, the same one I hit earlier. And we can see where the Bert is now. And, oh, that round was wasted. But we know the Bert is just about there. Or he's just next to that spot. Yes, he's moving. He's changing position after each shot. But we know where he is. That should be the spot. Hopefully he'll still be there, but if he's moving, I might miss him. Well, it went to the left, and oh, we can see he did move after that last shot, so he is relocating every time he shoots, which is good practice. And he realises he's been seen, so he's getting out of there quick. Okay, we've got a VK3001P and a 45 TP. The Bert didn't leave the area, and there goes the 45 TP, so that's my third kill now. Okay, who's going to be next? We know there's a VK3001P up there. Got a 122 on this corner, and I think the T28's got back in hand. I fire at the T29 to splash him, and suddenly we see the VK3001. All the action's going on over here, although we do have one tank of our team, an Easy 8, it's actually gone over to the other side of the valley, which is quite interesting. Now, I was holding on that corner in case the VK came back, and the bird's come back. That's out. And yes, again, it looks like he is moving after every shot to make sure that he doesn't get hit. Okay, the VK is now back in sight, but I'm not loaded. Reload time standard by the book is 28.97 seconds, and I've got 20.29. I've got a rammer, a decent crew, and well, I think that's about it actually. I think it's got a I'm pretty sure the crew doesn't actually have brothers in arms, but it is a fairly good crew. I have been playing the S-51 quite a lot. Rounds out the VK again. Oh, it lands this side and I miss out on the kill, but I do get the stun assist. And well, most of the enemy who was trying to hold us back and actually doing rather well pushing forward have now been wiped out. And it looks to me like that FV has also left the area. Elvis has left the building. Okay, on the other side of the battlefield we see a T-78, and he's fighting out against that Easy 8, and unfortunately the Easy 8 dies. Well, one had a 76mm gun, the other one had a 90mm. And the T-78 is now dead as well, so that was my 4th kill. So I'm racking up the kills, if not racking up most of the hit points, so I'm not getting that much. There's only 2 enemies left. We've got an S-51 and an Achilles. And there's the S-51, and I think he's decided I've had enough of this, and I'm going to direct hit for 236. He's stunned. Saw another Arty round go in there. That was from my teammates in this game in the M44. The Tiger comes around the corner, tries to do a ram kill and gets it. So that means there's only one enemy left. It's the Achilles. He's on that corner. Let's use the Jedi mind trick on him again. You want to come back. You want to come back. You want to come back. He comes back. And he's wiped out with a direct hit and a penetrating shot at that. And that's the end of the first game. Let's have a look at the second replay. The second replay is in the AMX 13F3AM, the Tier 6 French SPG, and I'm on the north spawn of Steppes. Okay, game on. Now I've got the top gun, which is the 155mm howitzer. It's actually slightly heavier than the stock gun, but which slows it down a little. But it's still based on the AMX 13-ton tank, and it's a very good Arty actually. In fact, the French sold loads of these around the world. Okay, ready to go. First target we see is an AMD 178B. He's down the other end of the gully, and I'm trying to get a shot on him at the moment. I can see he's moving about quite a lot. Fire a round in, and I tag him for 9 hit points only, but I stunned him, and that's the main thing. And unfortunately, it looked like the enemy Arty also had a go at our AMD, and both of them die, and that's the end of the game for them. We see this Churchill 1 going for the dip, for the gully. I'm almost loaded, but at that point we lose sight of the target, and since I can't be certain exactly where he went, I'm going to have to give that one a pass. Okay, over here we've got a Leopard fighting it out with a T-3485. Unfortunately, Cromwell gets him. I fire a quick round in, only stunned the T-3485 there. And yet again, both players, in fact it looked like the Cromwell just got hit just before he went unspotted. But both players have now gone behind that mound, or they're in the dip and we can't see them, so I've got no shot over there. Over in the centre, I've got a Chaffee. I went to overhead to see exactly how far in he was. whereabouts he is on that corner. Dialing in. Rounds out. And no joy there at all. You can see the Churchill coming up. I'm trying to get a shot there, but unfortunately it looks like I'm just too close to that house, so I'm going to have to pull back a bit. Well, the Churchill's gone, so that's not a problem anymore. Okay, we're going over to the west side of the map. We've got a 25 TP and a T34 holding that corner against the Fury. Okay, I'm dialing in on 25 TP. And him up, rounds out. Yep, I tagged the 25 TP for 137, stunned both of them. And it turns out there's a Wolverine down there as well. The Wolverine's starting to take severe damage. Now the standard reload for this gun is 28.97 seconds and I've got a 25.69 second reload. And it looks like I actually damaged the tracker with 25 TP. And as a consequence I'm picking up damage assist. And the 25 TP goes down, so I've picked up a lot of assist off that one. And the T34 was also badly damaged by my last shot, and he's gone. And apparently I damaged the track of the T34 as well. Now the Wolverine was going back into cover, but this M6 was not. Rounds out. He moved just to avoid the shot, but he got stunned. Waiting for the reload to go in. At least I'm picking up some stun assist off him. Can I get another shot? Oh, we just lost our Churchill 1. It was holding that corner, which means now there's the last or the next tank between that Chaffee and me is me. I get a hit on the M6, but I realise now I'm in grave danger because that Chaffee's headed my way and I need to get out of here. Now there's two tanks up here, a Covenanter and a Fifi. I need to tell the Fifi to get the hell out. Yep, and I do tell him to go, but he seems very obstinate. I also need to tell the Covenanter to do the same. So as soon as I get to this corner here where I'm reasonably safe for the moment, I can turn and warn them. Again, warn the Fifi first.
Stop your advance.
Unfortunately, it says the stop your advance one instead of the you need to withdraw. No, I've given them a warning as much as I can for the moment. I just don't think they realise that there are enemy tanks headed up the west side towards them. Although there is we are actually winning this game by 2 tanks at the moment, so at least we've got an advantage. But I suspect that what they can't see at the moment is that the enemy tanks are actually about to cross the railway line. But the Covenanter will see that first. Well, I've given them as much warning as I can. The Fifi is now following me, which is good. At least he's going to live. The Covenanter, though, I doubt he will survive. The Chaffee will more than likely find him and wipe him out. And yes, he has. In fact, actually, it was the M6 who got him in the end. We've got a KV-1 coming up the centre gully. Looks like their M44's also decided to do the same. And of course, as we know, their tanks are at the railway line because they saw the Covenanter and killed him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and cap at their end. Looks like my teammates have cleared up this area quite nicely. Although there is an M41 HMC up there. Okay, I go to the aim. He's already been badly hit. And yep, he gets killed by the SU-100 in the end. So I'm clean now to go into the cap area and start putting some pressure on the enemy. The Chaffee, almost as if he's trying to follow the Fifi down this way. Good job the Fifi moved when he did, because if he hadn't, he would have been dead by now for sure. The Chaffee would have got him. At least we got the OI to stop the M6 from capping. There's the M6, he suddenly appeared on the other side of the railway lines. So I'm going to go into the cap area. The enemy does still have an Arty, the M44, but he was last seen going up the west side of the map. Okay, there's the KV-1. He's in the centre, hiding in the bush, and I'm dialing in. Okay, let's see if I can put a round into him. Rounds out. Yep. It was a near miss for 54 hit points. The M44's been spotted on the other side, so if the T-3485 can finish him off, then I'm safe in the cap, because it's going to be a little difficult for them to come back, and he does. So the M44 is out of it. So we're going to have another shot. The Chaffee's been killed. The T-67 got him. So it's now just the KV-1 and the M6. And I tagged the KV-1 for 42. And the M6 gets blasted out of existence by the SU-100 from the gully. Now, can I get another round into the KV-1? Still capping. Just to put pressure on these guys. If they needed to kill him and we needed to kill to make sure that we killed all, then I would decap at any moment. And they kill him, so there's no need to decap. And we've got a victory. Here's the end of battle results, starting with the S-51 on El Halluf. That was an ace tanker game, that one. 5 kills in it. And I also got the first mark of excellence. So again, marks of excellence are falling. This Arty, I think, was around about 50%, and it shot up. I think it's about 70% now. It's very high anyway. It's close to getting its second mark. I also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. I ended up with 5, 1 short of a top gun and 1/3 of the enemy team. And I also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, I managed to get 13. We look at the team score. You can see I didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the 122 TM. He was very aggressive. Got a high caliber for 3,773 hit points. The second highest damage was our T28, who was very defensive. And he got a steel wall for 3,314 hit points. And he did survive the battle. And the Tiger 1 managed to get 2,520 hit points. So he came in third on damage. But I came fourth with 2,012, so a little more damage than I actually had showing at the end of the game. When it came to kills, though, I got the top spot. I got 5 kills in that game. 3 kills went to the Tiger 1, and then 2 kills went to the T28, the 122 TM, their ISU 152K, and their AMX M445. When it came to base XP, it was the Tiger 1 who did the best with 1,218. 1,129 went to the T28, and I managed to get 1,015 out of that one, so I was third on base XP. I fired 15 rounds in that game, got 8 direct hits and 1 penetration on the enemy. 15 splash as well. Damage of 2,012 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. I damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 5, and did 336 hit points of damage assistance and 527 hit points of stun assist off 10 stuns. On a premium count, I earned 41,735 credits, and after ammunition resupply, took away 25,675 credits. 1,522 XP times 2 for the first victory, 761 from personal reserves, took away 3,806 experience points altogether. And the thing was that, yes, I did use the premium rounds that I loaded onto the machine, and I did get direct hits with those shots. So, although I don't think I actually penned any of them, at least I don't think I did get some pretty good damage on the enemy. I'm looking for the one that I actually penned. Was it the Achilles? Yes, it was the Achilles that I actually penned. That last shot when he moved back, it was such a large hit there. The alpha of the S-51 with the standard rounds is 600, and I did 500, and is that 584 or 504? It was all the hit points he had left at the end of that game, 504, and yes, it took them lot in one fell swoop. So, a reasonably good game in the S-51, which some people think is a difficult Arty to play. I don't think it is. It's slow, but it's not the difficult one. I think that is definitely the GW Tiger P. Let's have a look at the second battle, the AMX 13 F3 AM, and that was a second class tanker on Steppes map. I also got a first mark of excellence on that one as well. Yes, it jumped up massively with that game. I bruised the medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I only got 6, but I did get a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on my team. My win rate on this one was fairly low, 1,174. You can see on the other one, it was 3,099, so that was a good game. This one, well, mediocre. As I said, you can lead a horse to water. I thought I could warn those guys as much as I could to say, get the hell out of there because the enemy's coming in. But only the Fifi actually took any notice of me. Let's have a look at team score. You can see I'm way down the table on damage. The high scorer was the T67. He picked up a high caliber for 2,188. The second highest damage was the P43 Biz for 1,760. Or actually, he was the third highest damage because the second highest was the M6 on the enemy team, 1,821 hit points. So he did fairly well. He was the best player on the enemy team. I only got 875 out of that one, didn't get any kills, and a mediocre base XP. The highest killer on that game was the SU-100. He got 4 kills. 3 kills went to the T67 and the Chaffee on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was the T67 again with 890, is that 895? 767 went to the P43 Biz and 752 to the Fury. I fired 9 shots in the entire game, got 1 direct hit but no penetrations and 11 splash. Damage of 875 hit points, all of it more than 300 meters. Damage 6 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but I got 161 hit points of damage assistance and 710 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. And I also got 75 capture points while I was in the cap. Yes, just in case the enemy was being difficult, I was going to make sure that I put the pressure on them. 33,048 credits from the game, and after ammunition resupply, 28,048 credits profit. 987 XP, times 2 for the first victory. 493 from personal reserves, took away 2,457 experience points altogether. So I think what you can take from this is that if you do have any Arty which are close to their first mark but not on the first mark yet, you can probably first mark them now if you haven't played them since 1.13 came out. Now, some people have given different theories for why the marks are falling like flies. I tend to think that the reason that they are falling is that the good players who used to play Arty have basically left the game and they're no longer interested, and that's lowered the standard. Plus the new shells that the Arty players are firing, and a lot of them are firing armor piercing and the special rounds, which tend not to do any damage if you don't hit anything. And consequently, a lot of Arties are now getting less damage than they used to get before. So if you use nothing but standard ammo, where you can get damage, and you're reasonably good at aiming, you're much more likely to pick up a lot of damage in a game, and that means your score will be much higher than most of the other people playing the same Arty over the same period of time. And of course, your MOE is going to jump upwards very, very substantially. That's definitely what we've been noticing so far, and we're going to continue monitoring this. And a lot of us who've got tanks or Arty that are close to third marks, we will be playing them to see if we can trip them up into a third mark over the next couple of weeks. Of course, this if this theory is correct, and that is the case that Arty players have left the game, and we do suspect that a large number have, then obviously this effect will only go on for so long before the averages settle themselves out again and most of the poor players start getting good at playing Arty. But it's interesting to note that this actually happened, and I'm pretty certain it's entirely down to the fact that Wargaming nerfed Arty so badly that it's caused this hiccup in the MOE. I hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.